for how we were true. Will you know this is for you? Maybe.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the sixth annual Yale in Hollywood Fest. This is a film festival where we like to highlight the work of Yaleys in the film industry. My name is Melissa Don Johnson, and I will be leading you through our closing Q&A with our last filmmakers, as well as our award ceremony. So I would love to introduce and bring onto stage our last two filmmakers for our final Q&A. We've got Nathaniel Dolquist and Titus Brooks Higgins. Hello.
Hi,
Good
Melissa.
afternoon. How are you both?
Doing so well.
I'm so excited for this. It's going to be pretty quick, 15 minutes. Hopefully, I can get through all the questions because both of the films are so interesting and great, but we'll do our best.
Good.
Just to introduce, our first film is a documentary short called Always Looking, Titus Brooks Higgins. And this film explores the work of the photographer Titus Brooks Higgins and the challenging questions his photos pose about the systemic and casual exclusions and neglect of society's most vulnerable communities of color. We've also got The Ice King's Heart, which is a 42-minute monologue filmed in one take and divided into 9 episodes. And the series tells the story of a man whose relationships, including romantic, platonic, and familial, have frozen his heart and his ability to love. 2 very different but very interesting long form shorts. I hope you guys get a chance to go to our website, www.yihfest.com, to have a look. So I think first we'll start with Nathaniel. So I know that love and relationships is at the core of your piece, but I'm really interested to say or to hear what you would say the core message and the drive of your series is.
Oh, that's a lovely question. I actually wanted to make sure when I wrote the piece that it did have, I said, okay, this can't just be, I don't want it to be just an exploration of different types of relationships. I want there to be somewhere that we arrive at the end. Having done this, it's a little bit of a reflection of my time in therapy, as many of us have been through. But what I really determined is that I wanted to explore how taking ownership of each type of relationship, each effect that that relationship has had on this character, what those all built to at the end, and then what he chose to do, having reflected on all of them, kind of articulated his lessons, and then what happens next. Is he willing to continue risking, or is he frozen, basically? So yeah, that was kind of the overarching piece of it.
Well, that's so beautiful. Speaking of reflection, Mr. Titus, I was so intrigued by this commonality of otherness that kept coming across with your subjects and your belief that you couldn't be free until all your brothers and sisters were free, and the fact that it was you feeling other that also drew you to a lot of your subject matter. I'm curious to know what sort of started this journey in photography into exploring the otherness of people.
Well, I think that, I for me, photography is, as I said in the video, that it may not have been my calling, but it was all that was left to me. And I think that I told a little bit of part of that about my attempts to become an architect. But I didn't mention my being kicked out of law school because I was very liberal and didn't realize it, that I went to a school that was extremely conservative. And after being attacked constantly, daily, they decided it would be better if they made me leave. so 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 for me, talking about the image, it's not just simply about creating images, but for me, it's about telling a story. It's about hoping that the viewer can tie into the sitter immediately, but also look at the sitter from a perspective of what is it that brought that person to this very moment, what's included in the total iconography of there, what's all the meanings, because photography and like creative arts, everything is intentional. If it's there, it has some specific meaning, and it's something that you should pay attention to. But typically, we don't do that. Um, it's also about the emotion of being excluded in various ways, being excluded because of race, because of class, because of political perspective, because of simply where you live. That is a response to how all of those things affect your life and the lives of the people that you love. And it's for me, it's about being able to say, this is my story, but my story is also connected to other people's story, and those stories don't have to be parallel to mine. They can be they can go in different directions, but it's whether or not I have the humanity to be able to connect to stories that are unlike mine, but that are about the same things that my stories ends up being about.
That's so good. That actually just puts me in the mind of another question, because you both are amazing storytellers, just different mediums, whether it's photography or as an actor, filmmaker, and you also have connections to like very marginalized communities that don't often get great representation. So I'm curious to hear what your take on getting that representation out there, and like what you're hoping that your audiences would get out of seeing your pieces. We can go with Nathaniel first.
Yeah, sure. A lot of the work that I have produced on my own has been queer focused because that has been my story for my life and is the thing that I know the best and is an ongoing exploration for me. But I, it's still a battle to get queer representation seen in more mainstream media. And in order to see the types of roles that I would want to play, in order to see the types of roles that I want folks to see, and to see that like this type of exploration of not just sexual but romantic relationships is okay, is available to them, was a huge inspiration for this piece, just to show people that yeah, people have all different types of relationships. Some of them are platonic, some are romantic, some are business, some are familial, and they all have it's a big exploration of intimacy. There are many different types of intimacy and not just sexual. So I wanted to explore that and show other people that intimacy has more than one definition, which is absolutely a part of all the work I've made so far on my own.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Mr. Titus? Because I know you also mentioned in your piece that uh, you print your photos to as close to life size as possible because you want people to be able to like look your subjects in the eyes, which is something that like Black people, especially in the past, with like people, other people never really got the chance to just like boldly stare someone in the eyes. So what was it like for you to be able to like have that representation on such a large scale and achieve those moments?
It's that, and those thoughts are really not in the past. I mean, it's still a dangerous thing to be someone who is of difference, to speak out. My father grew up in what was called a sundown town, which is a town where Black people had to leave before the sun went down, else there would be physical, there would be hell to pay. And in many cases, I still feel that way as I transverse, the various areas that I do because of having been an academic, having been someone that perhaps may like to shop on another side of town. Uh, but the main thing about my doing this work, or my continuing to do this work, and my coming to the understandings about myself, is the fact that, oh, three of my five best friends are LGBT men, and it's something that's continued to resonate with me since my high school experience of being friends with this guy that was in my high school, and my saying, there's no difference, we just love different people, and that's it. So for me, the point is to say to the world that the reason that there is so much prejudice in the world, I mean, it's about fear, and there's nothing to fear. And I say to people all the time, I'm not afraid, and and that simply means also that I don't want people to be afraid of me. And you know, I got on an elevator. When was it? 2 weeks ago, and I saw this woman who, of course, who was white. I saw the way she clutched her purse when she saw me getting on the elevator, and I mean, I was, you know, I was dressed nicely. I wasn't wearing a suit and tie, but you know, I had on khakis and you know some other presentable whatever other kinds of thing, and you know, I looked as I guess as middle class as is possible. But you know, the very fact that she saw me getting on the elevator, and she started clutching her purse, and it happened to me 2 times in that week when I walked up behind someone and they turned and they saw me and they suddenly moved their purse to the front of them. And you know, it's these little things that simply say that your difference does make a difference with how people perceive who you are. No one knows anything about where my work is housed and it is in important museums. No one knows about, you know, the level of education that I've received. They see me in one way, and you know, there's no way that I can feel that if I escape this, that someone else should not, that I shouldn't be trying to pull other people with me if I am escaping it. Not that I have escaped it, but that my job is to make sure that everyone gets out, you know, gets out of this hole that humans seem to be in.
Absolutely. I think that's why film is so important, right? The
Yeah,
representation of other lives, of other
yeah,
life experiences. Because the more that we can know and learn about each other, the less likely that fear is to come up, I think. That was so beautifully put. Thank you. Just a few more questions because I know we're running out of time, but Nathaniel, I would love to hear what the process was like for you for shooting this 42-minute monologue in one take.
Oh yes. Well, so I wrote the piece over the course of 3 days in a series of cafes in Edinburgh, Scotland. It was not the most difficult creative process I've ever been through. I'd have a coffee or a cake and write, and when it was done, I'd move to the next one. It was pretty great. And if I lacked for inspiration, all I had to do was look outside. So I wanted to do a high fantasy piece, so that felt like the right place to do it. And yeah, have up to this point self-produced all of my own pieces with money that I've made from various jobs. And so I am very insistent that I pay artists. So I pay all the artists first and make sure that everyone feels great about the rate that they're getting, and then look at what I'm able to do with the space and, you know, figure stuff out. I could afford to rent the studio I needed for 3 hours, and it took an hour to set up. The piece was, you know, 40 to 50 pages long. You know, I got into costume, got the pointy ears on and the costume ready. And I sat down on that throne and I looked at my producer and I said, we have one take, don't we? And she said, we have one take. And I mean, I wrote it. So we actually did cut some of it. There was a little bit more that I did that just didn't serve the story. So we cut it out, which I was so surprised. I was like, oh yeah, get rid of it, make it shorter. Perfect. But yeah, I had it ready and we did it. We did maybe a couple of pickups at the end, but there was another crew moving in at the end of that 3 hours and we had to tear everything down. So yeah, it was 42 minutes all the way through. Probably filmed for about an hour of that 3 hours, but one day I'll be able to afford a studio for a little longer. We can do additional takes. Then we had to get creative with the editing in case there were any funny little eye flits or, you know, any coughs or me starting over or flubbing a word and having to say the line again. But I had a great editor for that, and he did a wonderful job covering my mistakes.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're out of time. I had so many more questions, but you can still see both films on the website. Nathaniel's is actually also on YouTube, so feel free to comment, interact with him. And Mr. Titus Brooks Higgins has several shows up. He has one that's going to be coming up in 2026 in North Carolina, so be sure to check that out as well. And I just want to thank you both for coming out and speaking with us, and an amazing job on both your fields of work. We're so honored to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And now we are going to transition officially to our award ceremony. We are going to be giving out a very special award today that I'm super excited about. We've given out this award in the past, and this year I know personally the person that's receiving it, and I'm so excited for her. We are giving out our Career Achievement Award to Jennifer Beals. And I believe we will be showing oh no, looks like we may have lost sound. So I'm going to talk until we can make sure that we have figured that out.
3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here I come.
Welcome to the sanctuary. Would you care to partake in any of our sundry offerings?
I don't know who I am right now.
I'm a woman. I'm gay. I'm biracial. I'm a mother to an extraordinary daughter. And I'm you.
One good thing. You just focus on that one good thing, and you see where it leads you.
A woman should do as she pleases, just like a man. You taught me that.
This is
3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here I come.
Welcome to the sanctuary. Would you care to partake in any of our sundry offerings?
I don't know who I am right now.
I'm a woman. I'm gay. I'm biracial. I'm a mother to an extraordinary daughter. And I'm you.
One good thing. You just focus on that one good thing, and you see where it leads you.
A woman should do as she pleases, just like a man. You taught me that.
You would love it if no woman ever listened to a single word you were saying. Just kept your eyes locked on your chest or your crotch or whatever.
It's hard to stop talking about something that's so huge.
Why don't you search me and find out? I can't imagine what it must feel like to have what you want so close and it might as well be a million miles away. You're with me now. You're completely with me.
I think you've made your point.
A veteran of over 100 film and TV projects, Jennifer Beals is a Golden Globe nominated actress, award-winning producer, author, photographer, entrepreneur, and inventor. She's a creative force known for her captivating performances across film and television. Over her legendary career, I'm sorry, can you all hear me? I just want to make sure that the sound is coming through.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
I think everyone else
We
can
can
hear me.
pantomime.
So I will finish your bio, and then I will make sure that
I can only hear myself because I'm in the room talking.
1 second.
Let's see. Is there anything I can do?
I'm gonna finish Jennifer's bio while
Gets
Quentin
me
works in the
there, and
background
gets me
on
there.
her
Yeah, I
technical
can't hear you.
difficulties. So sorry about that. One moment. Over her legendary 4-decade career, she has delivered unforgettable performances, from her Golden Globe nominated NAACP award-winning debut in Flashdance to her portrayal of Bette Porter in The L Word. Jennifer has also starred in Sundance Grand Jury Prize-winning In the Soup, Devil in a Blue Dress, Book of Eli, Netflix's global hit Luckily It's Still Alive, and the Disney Plus Star Wars spin-off The Book of Boba Fett, led by Jon Favreau. He has 2 films slated to come out next year and has signed on for 2 more for 2026. Additionally, Beals has made her mark as a visionary producer, published author, acclaimed and prolific photographer, and even an inventor, for which she won the prestigious Caritas Award, as well as the Pacific Heart Institute's Honor and Innovation Award. Her advocacy work has been equally impactful. Beals received the Human Rights Campaign's Ally for Equality Award for her steadfast support of the LGBTQ plus community and was honored with the Glisson's Champion Award for her dedication to the LGBTQ youth. Most recently, Beals co-founded Run Amok along with Eileen Chaikin and CEO Pam Drucker-Mann. Run Amok is a cross-platform media brand spanning across film, television, digital, as well as live events. With her talent, intellect, and passion for meaningful storytelling, Beals continues to inspire and enthrall audiences, cementing her legacy as a true trailblazer in the entertainment world. She's also a trooper for all of these technical issues. I'm going to actually have Quentin take her off stage and bring her back so that we can make sure that she can actually hear me. Sorry about that, guys. This is the first time we've ever had something so interesting happen. How about now, Jennifer? Can you hear me? Yay, nay? Still nothing? Oh, interesting. I think what we'll actually do, guys, just to keep the show going, is we will go ahead and take
Do you want to, I know we were going to do, first of all, I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea. But I know we were going to do a Q&A. Do you want to put the questions in the chat if you can hear me? Would that work okay? Though it's a
I
little
think that will work
strange,
great.
we can try.
I will read it and post it since everyone can hear us both, but also neither for some reason. So I feel like it is so rare for people in Hollywood to get their flowers because it's always about the next project, the next impressive thing. But Quentin and I actually created
I'm
these
just going to
awards
read it out loud.
specifically.
Well, I'll read it to myself because you've already read it, because that might be weird. All right.
This is a really interesting show, but they say in Hollywood the show must go.
Oh, you're going to make me cry. I feel the same way. You have taught me so much. You have no idea. You really have no idea. Full disclosure, we're in a writing group together, and you changed my life.
Oh my gosh.
Full stop.
I'm going to cry.
And one of the ways you did it is you said to the group that you didn't make it a command or anything. It was much more gentle than that. But you talked about how we should write the thing that's inside of us, that everybody has a story to tell, everyone, and that we should be writing that story, and we don't write it for anyone else. We pretend that no one else will ever read it. And it's kind of like this speech actually that I give in Luckiest Girl Alive. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but I play this very rigorous editor. And you were like that person for me, and you made me start writing in a completely different way. So thank you. First of all, I want to say that.
There you go. That's so sweet. I'm going to cry. I was not expecting this, guys.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay.
So
speaking of,
thank
congratulations
you.
on launching Run Amok.
What excites me most about this venture? Well, what excites me most about Run Amok is that Eileen and I were dreaming of it for so long. We all know the power of storytelling. We all know how stories can shift the paradigm, both individually and collectively. And I wanted to have more of that in my life. And I wanted to be able to help other people tell their stories, kind of in the way that you've been helping me with mine, actually. And then we met our CEO and co-founder, Pam Drucker-Mann, who basically injected steroids into the dream and made it this beautiful multi-channel, gigantic world of adventure. So just very, very grateful to be doing that.
I love that. So you've been a beacon of hope to so many marginalized communities as both a woman and a person of color with roles like Bet and L Word. I'm curious, as an actor and as a behind-the-scenes creator, what does that kind of representation in media
I'm just
mean
going to
for
read
you?
it out loud. So I'm curious, as both an actor and behind the camera creator, what does that kind of representation in media mean to you? To me personally, like having it for me. Well, I feel like when I was a girl, and a lot of people know I've said this, like when I was a girl, I didn't really have representation as a biracial girl. So, I identified with Spock. That was really my identification. And any dog that was a mutt who I assumed had superpowers. So to be able to give people representation means so much to me because it's something that I didn't really have, and I had to imagine it for myself. So I'm really grateful that I can be helpful in some way. Like I feel like that's my mandate. Like, how can I be helpful? And I feel like being a part of these stories have somehow entered a psychic slipstream that has gone out into the world and has helped to support people. And not in any kind of Pollyannish way, because, Bette Porter is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but just in a way that perhaps makes us, all of us, gay, straight, whatever, think about ourselves in a different way and think about one another in a different way. And I think the only way to really do that, for me anyway, as an artist, is to give over my I guess, emotional, not tools, but that psychic stuff that's in here, it's in my body, and give that to the character. And the words will mold it, and the director's choices will mold it. But if I offer up what I can from my imagination and myself and my history, and even though I'm shifting it, it's not me. The more specific I can get, the more truthful I can get, getting back again to your advice, then the more it's able to go out in a broader way to more people. I don't know if that made sense at all, but
Absolutely did.
I love, this is so interesting because I can't hear you, so I was like, I'm talking to myself. It's so fun.
Last one.
Okay, next one. Okay.
This festival in particular is all about motivating Yaleys to get out there and create and stop taking their own excuses. So I'm curious, when you get in a place in life, which many of us do,
Okay.
where the creative
Well, that's really
aren't
interesting
flowing.
because, all right, in terms of motivating myself, my biggest problem is that I have too many things to do, that I have too many things that I want to do. And so it's really about scheduling and carving out time, because in terms of getting blocked or whatever, so I don't know if I totally believe in being blocked, but whenever I am at an impasse of some sort, then it needs a little bit of marinating, because I don't think it's blocked. It's just marinating. That's all that's happening. But I do believe that creativity begets creativity, and that you don't have to just do the one thing and dive into the one thing. So sometimes if I get stuck on a story, if I get stuck on a part, it's not stuck, I'm not going to say that. When I am delving into a part, when I am delving into a story, I will sometimes then go draw. And believe me, it's not like I'm an artist or anything. Like the last drawing class I took was at the senior center, and I was by far the least accomplished artist there, but it does unlock something. And if that's not working, then I go for a hike. And it always works, actually. Like, it always unlocks something. It may not be the specific thing that I'm looking for, but all these things are intertwined. We are creative beings. All of us are creative beings. And I think, I was dancing in my living room the other day just to let myself flow into something else. And that begat an idea, which begat an idea, which begat an idea. So I think kind of letting go of the intellect sometimes is really helpful, and becoming a kid again. Becoming a kid, because kids they don't care. They're just going to go pretend, or they're going to draw that thing. And I think we dive into our childlike creativity and not judge it. Just go play. Just go play and go make the thing that you have to go make. Go tell the story you have to go tell. And go get some friends to help you. That's the thing. Be in community. Be in community. I learned that really late in life, but yeah, it's helpful.
Ah, that's so great.
Did that
Go
make
play,
sense?
be in community. All of those things are such great advice. You guys should listen out. But thank you so much, Jennifer, and congratulations again on this year's Career Achievement Award. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Well, thank
And
you so much. I'm really honored. I'm really honored to be here and to have this award. It's amazing. It's incredible. I'm still alive and still working.
thank you. And now I'm going to bring up Quentin next award. I don't know if you guys heard that, but now I'm going to bring up Quentin and he's going to give out our next award.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I am. Can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, I'm facing some technical difficulty. Can you say something, Melissa?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Oh, that's so strange. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm going to present the next award, and the next award is the Queer Voice Award that actually showrunner Justin has started, and one of our awardees also. And the award is going to Roshan Sethi, and there's going to be a clip of his the trailer of his feature that I will be playing right now.
Hi, Jeremy. Was drinking water today and thought of you. Delete. Hey, Edmund. Hey, Ben. I was talking to my mom today and I remembered you have a mom. Delete.
Sent. It's portrait day. Ooh. The photographer is hot.
I've got an extra ticket to a film screening if you want to join me.
I'll check my calendar, but yes, I think I'll be. Which movie?
Tell me how you feel. Looking like
Do you watch a lot of foreign films?
Looking like a snack, looking like a whole meal.
I'm adopted. I was raised by Indian parents. Theirs was the first home where I felt like I belonged.
Wow. Yeah.
Baby, let me see it. I just wanna eat it.
What's new, Naveen? Got a boyfriend?
Let me see it.
My parents are super liberal. Just don't bring up drinking or sex. And no displays of physical affection.
At least this boy is Indian. We think it's wonderful that you're white.
Oh my God. Where are you going?
Naveen, you should be with your family. You didn't tell them about me.
How do you expect us to react? Go off to live your own life. We don't know anything about you or your relationships, nothing.
Kind of have that thing where you look at him and you hear music.
I never said anything to you about music.
Are you telling me I'm wrong?
The big wedding party with all of the people we love. I want the same thing with you.
My only gay son is getting married?
Always surprising me, my only son.
I think a lot of people are a little embarrassed by the bigness of love. The family, the wedding, it's about everybody together. You ready?
So which one of you is the bride?
Oh, Dad, yeah, that's not how it works.
Wow, that's really, really amazing. So, Roshan, I know that the film is currently streaming on streaming platforms, and congratulations again. And you're receiving the inaugural Queer Voice Award. So, thank you for doing that. And yeah, let's tell us a little bit. Like, you know, you started off being a very successful TV writer, and how did you decide to make your first independent film?
I had always wanted to direct, but I had a lot of trouble getting scripts off the ground to be made. And during the pandemic, I ended up directing a very small rom-com called 7 Days, which is literally just two people in a room. And I made it for very little money. It was about $150,000. And as a result of that, that movie eventually got distribution, and I was approached about this movie, which was in development, A Nice Indian Boy. They had optioned the play on which it's based and gotten a script written by Eric Randall, and they were looking for a director. So it kind of all worked out.
Wow, that's really cool. Can you talk a little bit how, like, I know you're also Canadian and you're obviously South Asian, you're queer and you're a doctor, how all these identities sort of like give you an edge as an artist? How do you draw from these different identities as an artist?
Yeah, I think they are all coming up in everything that I work on. But in some ways, we consider stories like these, movies like these, content like this niche, when the truth is that all of your very specific identities and sub-identities actually broaden your experience of life and your range of what you're able to talk about, which is why I think traditionally, historically, the most interesting art comes from the most marginalized people, because we are living more.
Yeah, and also like I know that I started work. I worked in the film and actually worked with one of your actors, Dhirendra.
Oh
and
yeah,
he was telling me that the film is now going all over the world, and in India, in fact, they're releasing the film as just a nice boy, but not
yeah.
the Indian. Can you talk a little bit about that? It's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of censorship in India of movies, especially when it verges on anything that offends the sort of far right Hindu sensibilities that are currently dominating the government. So they neutered the title from a nice Indian boy to a nice boy, with the implication, I think, that to be gay is not to be Indian, or something about that conflation was upsetting to the 12 men who sit on the censorship board. The other thing they did is they cut the wedding ceremony at the end. So that is all part of, I think, a disquieting trend in general towards, I guess, fascism. But the funny thing to me about it, maybe the funniest thing, is just that you can't stop content now. You can't actually censor anything. Everyone will see whatever it is that they want to see. That entire wedding scene is going to be put up on Instagram very shortly. And I am sure many, many Indians have already watched ripped off versions of the movie. So the idea that 12 men in a room in Bombay can control what people see or what they hear or what they think is the difference between a nice boy and a nice Indian boy is actually comedic.
And last question is, what are you working on next? I know that I read something about a Michelle Yeoh thing. So
yeah, I'm doing an action thriller with Michelle Yeoh, where she's I can't say the premise of it because it's a little unusual, but yeah, it's a very cool project that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, congratulations for being the first inaugural recipient of the Queer Voice Award. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be giving it back to the Melissa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Amazing. So we actually had a really great panel of judges that were able to give out the awards today. So I just wanted to give them a shout out and a thank you before we present the next award. So thank you to TJ Noel Sullivan, Daniel Persitz, and Eunice Yang. Tripping over myself today, but they were able to sift through and watch all of our selections and come to a decision about the awards. So I just want to give them a huge shout out. I'll be giving out some awards later in the episode. And next, I'm going to introduce you to Susanna Kane, the CMO of VU, to give out our next award. Hi, Susanna.
Hi. So very happy to be here and really thrilled to be giving out the next award on behalf of Todak and VU. We are here giving the $500 cash prize going to 5 Star by Kai Hamada Hassan for the best narrative short. Congratulations.
Hi, thank you so much for the award, Susanna, and everyone at VU. This is very unexpected, very cool. I want to thank Quen Lee for sure, and everyone at the film festival. Thank you so much for considering us. And just want to make a quick shout out to good friend of mine, Brett Connor, who went to Yale and I got the chance to collaborate with on this. He was the writer of 5 Star and definitely was the one who convinced me to submit to YIH Fest. So he was right, and this was a great idea. And I got the chance to watch the films in my category and some of the other films, and they were really marvelous and they were very inspiring. So I definitely suggest everyone who gets the chance to check them out. So thank you so much. This is really nice.
You're very welcome. You should receive an email with all the details of your cash prize and how to log into your Tap wallet so you can access that and transfer it out to your bank of choice.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. And now for the next award, I believe, we're going to present a second cash prize of $500. This one is going to SoCal Snowy Angel SoCal Snowy Angel by Chris Angel. Congratulations.
And a lot of people got that close-up experience because of that they wouldn't have gotten if they didn't have access to a little closer location. What I did to share this experience more with people was start a Facebook group called Cypress Snowy Owl.
When I first saw Roy's Facebook page, what I really loved about it were the amazing images, photographs as well as pieces of art that people were putting up and showing how much they were inspired by this beautiful bird. About 10 years ago, I did a portrait of a snowy owl. I think it captures what most people love about snowy owls. The light shining from behind those eyes, the golden eyes. It's one of my favorite paintings.
It was just a very positive community where sometimes social media can be pretty negative, and you not only meet people online, but you also, from that group, you end up meeting people in person.
Thank you, Susanna, and thank you, Todak and View, for helping sponsor this festival. And of course, I have to thank Gwen and Melissa and all the other people who helped put the festival together, because there's so much work that goes into programming and organizing, and us filmmakers really appreciate it. And of course, you actually got to see him in that clip, but I wanted to give a special thanks to my producer, Walter Jostin, who had the original idea to make this documentary, and without him and Blue Rider Pictures, it wouldn't have happened. And of course, the snowy owl that came to Southern California inspired us. But also I wanted to thank the people in Cypress, California, the residents, the citizens there. Without their support, again, we would just not have been able to do the film. So the people there were very welcoming, and particularly the 3 people who were featured in the film, whose lives were really changed by this owl. They really shared with me and with our audience their personal experiences and what they were going through, some of which was unexpected. So Adam, Jody, and Roy, a particular shout out. But yes, thank you again all for having me. And I also wanted to echo that there's so many great films online, and it's been a real pleasure to get to meet the other filmmakers. That's always part of what's great about these film festivals. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Christopher. And thank you so much, Susanna. We really appreciate you guys being a sponsor this year. We hope to have you another year.
You're very welcome. And we look forward to maybe having all these filmmakers put up their content on View. We are welcoming them and helping them to tell their story and own the story.
Thank you so much. And next, we're going to start bringing up our juror panel in order to introduce our last awards. So first up, we've got TJ Noel Sullivan.
First, I want to say I really enjoyed getting to judge this year. I've participated in the festival twice, including winning this short dramatic film award in the inaugural year of the festival. And so it was very fun to get to be on the other side and watch all the really incredible films that were selected. But this film, I think all 3 jurors really agreed. It had so much heart to it, and also did a fantastic job of fitting an impactful story into a short film. And so this year's Best Dramatic Short Award goes to Something Good Going On.
Jadi udah masak nasi goreng ya? Di lemari es tuh. They called me in for work last minute. I'll give it back, I promise. What do you need it for? Don't worry about it. Just tell me. Christian, tell me. Enough.
Awesome. Congratulations, Arnold.
Thank you so much, TJ. It's so funny because as I watch that clip, I'm in I'm in the room with the same earbuds that I'm using in that clip. But thank y'all so much, Yale and Hollywood Film Festival, Quentin, Melissa, everybody. And also huge shout out to all the other Yaleys that made this project happen, from the Seed and Spark campaign to my partner Yassi, who's an executive producer, Byron Reyes Luna, who's a really good friend of mine in Yale, who's a composer, creative producer. Thank you to Desmond and Natanya, who are the producers of this project. I'm just very grateful to be able to share this with the world, because this project is dedicated to my dad, and I wanted to reflect how funny and joyous he is, while also not shying away from the struggles that he's faced as an immigrant in America. So thank you so much, y'all. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TJ. We really appreciate all the effort you put into the festival this year.
Absolutely.
Next, we're going to have Daniel Persitz introduce our next award.
Hi, such a pleasure to be here as a juror this year. Last year, my short was Best Drama, and yeah, this year, what a wonderful collection of films. It was a real pleasure to watch all of them. So next up is a film that all of us really just found hilarious, loved the premise, very conceptually creative. It's called Divine Intervention. We felt it was the best comedy this year. We'll show a clip of it here in a second, but the writer producer Zena Ellis also is the lead Aphrodite in this thing, and so just really impressive, multi-talented performance here.
Your labor must match or outweigh the initial transgression.
What about true love? If she can find the mortal, unconditional, abiding love, she can rejoin the pantheon.
Let me consult the scales. Oh. True love appears to be a heavy bargaining chip. The scales are satisfied.
What about like mostly true love, or like a really fun first marriage?
No. The labor needs the weight of eternity in order to match your eternal reward.
I don't have my powers, so how
do you accept the terms?
The stakes have never been higher.
Choose now or forever hold your
you guys
peace.
are so stressful. Fine. I will do it.
Then by the water of the river Styx, I declare these terms set.
So congratulations to Zena, who's not here, but the Best Comedy Award comes with a one-year subscription to storyboarders.ai. So congratulations on that. Next up, there was a film that we all felt just had really fantastic cinematography. It's a film called Jean. There's a French component to it. Naima Hebrel Kidjo, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the writer and also the lead character in this film that we're awarding Best Cinematography.
I found him.
Hi.
Hi, congratulations.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I could hear the clip playing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. There, can you hear me now?
Well, thank you so much for this award. Cinematography is at core a collaboration and active trust between a director, a technical team, our camera team, the gaffer, the grips, and the entire crew. Everyone carried this filming through long nights, solved problems before we even saw them coming, and treated every shot, no matter how small, with care. And thank you to our screenwriter, Naima, who describes every image to its smallest details. And I also want to thank our cast, whose performance brought depth and truth to every image. And finally, thank you to everyone who's watched and shared and connected to our movie. That is the greatest accomplishment I feel like a movie can give. So thank you very much for this award.
Yeah, congratulations. This one also comes with a year subscription to storyboarders.ai. So congratulations. Okay, so coming up next, let's see. Yep, I believe we have another award coming up with our other judge, Eunice, should be joining us here. Quentin, would you like me to present? Okay, seems like Eunice is not able to join, so we're just going to move on. So this is an award for the best student film. It's a special jury award to a film called Conflicted Cuties of Color.
Hello. Thank you so much for this affirmation on behalf of my co-director, Michaela Stanley, and screenwriter, Jasmine Sharma, and our producing team, Victoria Pakel and Wendy Davies. It's such a real affirmation to have shared this film with the Yale community. It was shot entirely on the Yale campus. It's exciting to make a mockumentary in 2025 because they are inherently political, like all comedies, and I think poke fun at issues that we all have a deep desire to question and at very least talk about. And this is a student film in the truest sense of that term. This was an extracurricular thing that so many students laid their hands on and sacrificed their passions into. So I want to give just huge shout outs to all of the undergrad community who helped shape this film into being what it is, who worked in collaboration with many people at the School of Drama. It is such a treat to be able to share this with our own community, and very, very happy to have this affirmation. Thank you so much.
Of course, congratulations. And then lastly, on behalf of our other juror who wasn't able to make it, I'll go ahead and present our second special jury award, which was the Best Performance Award given to The Ice King's Heart by Nathaniel Dolkus. And I believe we have
I didn't want to become this. I fought against it with everything I had. But given what's happened, now I see it was inevitable. I could have kept resisting, denying the truth of who I am. But I couldn't bear it anymore. I've embraced it. Become what I never wanted to be. Cold, unforgiving, unrelenting. A king whose heart is made of ice. Welcome to my court. So many elements you've braved to ascend my frozen mountain. I'm glad you've come. As you read in my letter, the need is dire. I'm afraid I don't have much time.
Congratulations.
Thanks, you guys. This is a real honor, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much to Melissa and Quentin and Kevin and all the team at Yale and Hollywood, and for all the jurors especially. And a huge thank you to my very tiny but mighty crew who helped me put this together, especially my producer Jasmine. It was it was a heavy lift for, independent producers, people who just, use the money we got from our day jobs to produce our own work. But it was a great joy to create this piece. And I have been really delighted with, some of the reactions to it, and that people have been able to sit through a 42-minute monologue that I filmed in one take. So it has been really wonderful to have people see this piece that I worked so hard on and put so much of myself into. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
How fitting that we began and now we're ending this live stream with Nathaniel. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody. That is the end of our 2025 Yale and Hollywood Fest Award ceremony. Special thank you to our sponsors for this year, VU and Storyboards.ai. If you would like to see the films, they'll still be running for a little bit. And then those who have elected to, they will be hosted at VU.com. So be sure to check those out. A special thanks to Quentin, of course, the festival director and co-founder of this festival, to Yale and Hollywood, President Kevin, and to the Yale community at large, because, hey, we're still here, we're still making films, and we've really got to stop making and taking our own excuses. So let's go out there and create some stuff. Until next year, you guys, I'm Melissa Dawn Johnson.
This is for nothing. This is